That's it. Now, pulse with your calf to squeeze him forward. Relax your shoulders. Faster. He can step out. He can go faster than a snail. So don't push with your feet, just pulse with your legs. Alternate left, right when you pulse. So instead of pulsing at once, pulse with your right, then pulse with your left. Do you know what I mean by pulse? So now relax your upper body. You've sort of rounded your shoulders. So try to flatten your shoulder blades. But keep your shoulders nice and relaxed because that makes your arms elastic. And take up a point on each rein. That's it. Now, cluck to him, ask him for a trot. Use your lower leg. That's your ankle. Twist with the hips, twist with the hips. Don't pull, don't pull. You Western riders, you. Hands up. Hands up, get them up. Hands up a little higher, nice and floaty, about where the neck strap is. So bring your hands up and bend your elbows. Now shift your weight to the outside, put your weight in your outside stirrup, and you're not twisting with your hips. If you want him to go that way, you gotta twist, you gotta use your hips. All right, give him a little kick. Kick him into a trot. Sit up straight. Kick until he, turn your toes out and kick hard. Kick him like you'd kick Miller. Or your ex-boyfriend. There you go. Now you remember the post? All right, you're on the wrong lead. Post to the outside lead. Still wrong. Sit once. There you go. Weight to your outside leg, out to your outside hip. Use your inside leg and pulse it against him to push him over. Look up. Sit once, and then post. There you go. Look up, don't quit looking down. Hands up, get that inside hand up. Get both hands up, nice and floaty. There you go. Weight to your outside hip. Relax your thigh, relax your knee. You're gripping with your knees. Relax, drop in. Put your weight into your stirrup every time you stand up. Weight to your outside hip and weight to your outside leg. Don't pull. Hands up, nice and floaty. Remember, you want the straight line from his mouth to his elbow. Give him a little bit more of a kick. There you go. So every time you sit, squeeze with your calf and relax. Look where you're going. I'm going to have to start hanging streamers with colored chalk on it. Look up, look up. Every time you look down, he slows down. Weight to your inside hip if he's not. Shift your weight with your hips when you want him to go. Now hands up and float. There you go. Now, do you remember how to change direction? At the top, I want you to change direction. Remember, you turn and do everything with your hips. Don't pull, don't pull. Every time you sit, squeeze with your calves. Now relax your knees because you're pinching with, do you know what I mean when you pinch? There you go. That's it. Now you're what they call dropping into your stirrups, and it stabilizes your leg a lot better. Now, a little bit more weight, I guess best way, towards your crotch rather than your butt. So when he goes forward like he did when you kicked him, you don't get left behind and smack him on the butt. Get those hands back over by his neck. What's it floating out there in La La Land for? He'll turn. Just shift your weight. So when you're riding on a circle or a bend, your inside shoulder comes back a little bit, your outside shoulder comes forward, and you sort of twist a little bit with your hips. So that puts your inside leg pushing against him. Remember when I was always saying inside leg, outside rein? That's it. Now, always keep your weight in your toes. Less in your butt, more in your toes. Change your direction again. Get your hands up, twist with your hips. Keep the reins near his neck. Because in the hunter ring, you want the reins at his neck. Every time you sit, remember, squeeze with your calves rather than kicking, because you don't want him to pop his head up in the show ring. That's it. So every time, squeeze with your calves, turn your toes out a little and squeeze. There you go. All right, at the top, I want you to do a 20-meter circle. So you do all the way around, and then you come around me, and then continue back up. Check your diagonal. Make sure you're posting to the outside leg. Now, try not to sit when you kick. Let me give you a whip because he knows you're not riding. Behind your leg. So not at the right there. Yeah. So when you're ready, pick up your trot. Remember, you're posting to the outside leg. Sit up tall. Better than in your eye. Use your legs, use your lower leg and kick. Turn your toes out and kick. If you have to, tap him with the whip. That's it. Drop in. Turn your knees out just a little. Point your toes out. There you go. Look up. Keep your contact because you've dropped your inside hand, so keep them up. There you go. Nice and easy. Deep breaths. Relax. Turn your knees back out so that you're not gripping with them. Now change your direction. Don't pull. I want you to change your direction with just your hips. That's it. Now you feel when he pulls. Don't pull back against that. That is him trying to find the contact. So let him have it. Don't pull on it. That's it. Give him a little kick or tap him with, that's it. Keep the contact. Take a point up on your inside hand. There you go. There. There. Now he's happy. Squeeze with your calves. Pulse, pulse, squeeze. Now, ask for a walk. Sit up. Give him the signal. Double squeeze with the reins. Sit up tall. There. That's it. Use your lower legs to push him forward. Alternate your pulse when you're walking. Sit a little bit more forward on your crotch because you're sitting too much in your pockets for hunt seat. Dressage, it's totally different. Western, you sit on your pockets. Dressage, you sort of sit on your pockets. All right, so do you know, if I say come across the diagonal, do you know what I mean? So like at that point, you would come right across here, head to the middle purple tree, and turn to your left. Okay. So we're gonna start doing that, and that you'll have to work on changing your diagonal. You change your diagonal in the middle. All right, so pick up your trot. Alternate legs, kick, 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 kick. Sit up tall, look up. That's it. Check your diagonal, make sure it's right. You're posting to the outside. So when you're up, you should be going up when there you go. That's it. Look where you're going. Think about your turn. Think about the things you need to do. Now, come across the diagonal and you'll change your direction when you get down to the other end. So find a post and ride to it. Use your weight with your hips to shift where he goes. Look up. When you're checking your diagonal, try to look from the bottom of your eyes rather than tilting your head down. Use your lower leg. Give me kick, kick, kick. Tap him with the weight if you need to. All right, look at where you are. When you come out of the curve, I want you to come across the diagonal. So pick a point and then you'll go to your right. So what we're sort of doing is a big figure 8. Shift your weight with your hips and your legs, not your hands. Look up. Pick a point where you're going to come across the diagonal again, so look up. Because when you're jumping, change your diagonal. Now, I want you to come across the diagonal again, and this time you'll go to your left. Pick a point, shift with your weight and your hips. Don't pull. Don't use your hands, just use your hips. Pick a point. I want you to come back across the diagonal. And same thing again, you're going to go to your right. Pick a point, ride to it. Look ahead, look ahead. Now shift with your hips. Can you feel the difference between pulling with your hands and shifting with your hips? Come across the diagonal again. Don't pull in your hands. There you go. Go closer to the fence and you go to the left. All right, give him a breather. How are you feeling? Starting to come back? I know, but you've been riding, you can tell you've been riding Western because you're more handy than you used to be. Yeah. You may not see it, but you can. Your hands come out and you put them in. You don't know it. nice working trot. So pick up your inside rein a little bit more. Another point. You want light contact. Just enough so that when you wiggle it, he can feel it. But not enough to irritate him when he's got his mouth. So when you're ready, get him into a forward moving trot. Look up, look up, look up, pick a point. Shift your weight, don't pull his head. Tapping him a little bit, get him to step out a little bit more. He's a little sluggish. Now, ask him for a canter. Inside leg at the girth, outside at the behind the girth, and say canter and kiss. All right, so stop. We'll go back to posting. When you sat, the first thing you did was, and asked, the first thing you did subconsciously was pull your hands back in a woe. So if you can, try to push your hands and keep them up there where the neck strap is. So asking him again. Sit and ask him for the canter. Push it forward. Push. There you go. That's it. Now post. Post. Pick up your post and ask for the trot. There you go. If you start posting, he'll automatically slow down and post and trot. Don't pull on your hands. Squeeze with your legs. There you go. Good job picking up the right lead. Right diagonal, I should say. Now just sit and be quiet. Inside leg at the girth, outside leg behind the girth, and ask for the canter. Oh. Relax your body and move with him. Let your hands go forward. There you go. Drop into, you're gripping with your thighs and your knees. Drop all your weight into your feet. How'd that feel? All right, so